I am resident of Colorado for YouTube. Joel Sands, that is my buddy Patrick McCray, that is my buddy Alan Gallant, that is my buddy Daniel Culver. We are here to continue our review of the James Bond franchise with Thunderball, directed by Terrence Young, screenplay as by Richard Maybell, John Hopkins, original screenplay by Jack Whittingham.
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 Yeah.
Story by Kevin McClure, Jack
Mm.
Whittingham, and Ian Fleming.
I don't know what to
On
say about that.
based
I
on
think Ian
Thunderball.
Ian was absolutely had nothing to do with this one.
No,
He was
no.
passed away by the time that this was.
He provided a grave for Kevin. He provided a grave for Kevin McClory to piss on, but that was about it.
That's about it. And the book on which the movie is somewhat based. So
yes. This movie had many release dates. December 9th, 1965, Tokyo premiere. December 22nd, 1965, United States. December 29th, 1965, United Kingdom. Let's see, budget $9 million.
Yeah.
Box office, Jesus Christ, 1.2 million.
Yeah.
Oh my God. My God.
And it's all because Tom Jones sang the title.
It's true. It's true. The first of the truly nonsensical Bond theme songs. That really
Thunderball. We don't care. Write a song about
no
it.
sense at all. He likes to walk when others run. He likes to tip 22%. I think there's a lyric in there. It doesn't stand very well.
But
it's Tom Jones, so we'll forget.
That's right. The Tom Jones scream and howl. It's just
really
happen. Also, the LP that came out was great. It had a great one of the poster paintings, one of the undersea sequences. It was great.
I wish I could just watch the posters on a reel. I gotta confess, I don't like this movie.
Yeah.
I don't like anything about it. I think it's dreary and bland looking. Even with the Lowry restoration, it looks like shit. It just is pale and grainy. Everyone looks miserable.
This one was put together more swiftly, I think, than many of the others were because of the legal stuff that was going on.
It was. It's funny. It was put together swiftly because it sure doesn't move swiftly. Bond is at his rapiest at that spa.
Yeah,
and the ridiculous traction table that he looks like it's like some early Sibian for a man. He's
medieval Sibian for men.
And then he's willing to get into a steam room right after it. I would be checking out of that place immediately. And then here's another thing. What was Bond's briefing with M like at before the pre-credit sequence? Like M tells him, all right, 007, so you're going to go into this French church and this colonel's going to show up in a dress. Yeah, beat her up. And then you jump off a balcony. You got a jetpack on that you're going to use to go about 40 feet because that's all a Bell jetpack can do. Yeah. And somehow it's going to come off quickly. And then guys are going to run after you and they're going to stand in exactly the right places to be hit with water cannons. And it's not going to occur to any of them to just step like a foot beside the water cannon and then approach your car from the side as you just sit there. If I were Bond and that were my mission briefing, I would just look at him and say, M, I got to tell you, you have to keep taking the pills even after you start feeling better. That's okay? Right. I know these really big antibiotics will do it to you, but we're all worried. Q is beside himself. Are you sure you want me to go do this? I mean, I can.
I would prefer to take a vacation in Saint-Tropez, but...
What did this man in a dress do to you that you want me to go do this? Because I'll beat him up. Because Blofeld loves wearing a dress. He's about to wear a dress in about 3 movies. Diamonds Are Forever. He's going to be sashaying around his hot self. But I'm worried. So I can't imagine what the briefing was like on this. God, what a dog. Especially compared to Goldfinger. Everything works.
Absolutely. The thing that I just imagine in order to get some enjoyment out of this film, and I did get some enjoyment out of this.
That's good. I'm glad.
But the thing I imagine with that opening sequence is that whatever the mission was, it went completely off the reservation.
Oh, yeah. I can only imagine what Bond's reports were like.
Yeah.
That he had to write when he was back in MI6.
Was going to happen, and it didn't. Something else happened. Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, every time I watch this movie and I see the opening sequence and I see Sean Connery's Bond, the next time he sees Q, he's like, "Oh, Jesus Christ!" And I think that's why. It's like, do you realize what they put me through in my previous mission?
Now there's a first kind of in this movie though, because I feel like it's the first real Maurice Binder classic credit sequence. You know, I mean, the others were sort of like it, but not quite this, where you have all of the silhouettes with flopping body parts and all of that.
Yes. I agree. It's sort of it's fully established.
Yeah,
I guess would be the way to put it.
Yeah. And you know what? They're embarrassing now. I mean, I enjoyed them when I was a kid, but now I look at them and I hate to be politically correct. I really do. That's not my job. But I do. I feel embarrassed. I feel embarrassed for everyone. It's sort of like, oh my God, okay.
007 in soft core.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's kind of hot, but I feel invasive.
It's hot, but the oil is a little dirty.
I wish they were just like naked, just like okay, let's take the schmata off.
Yeah.
And just have it be what it is and get it over with, instead of this. I really, Cubby and Harry just become like dirty little boys in boarding school, rubbing their hands. It's just, and I hate saying that. I did not want to grow up to be the kind of man who would say that about Maurice Binder opening credits, but here we are.
Mm-hmm.
That's understandable, yeah.
The one thing I think that this does reveal about the character of Bond is that he, deep down inside, no matter how tired, no matter how jaded he gets, he is a freaking thrill seeker, which is why he goes into that steam room.
Yes. Next, you know.
So, guys, production for this originally meant as the first James Bond film, Thunderball was the center of legal disputes that began in 1961 and ran until 2006.
Mm-hmm.
Former Ian Fleming contributors Kevin McClure and Jack Whittingham sued Fleming shortly after 1961 publication of the Thunderball novel, claiming he based it upon the screenplay the trio had earlier written in a failed cinematic translation of James Bond. The lawsuit was settled out of court, with McClure retaining certain screen rights to the novel's story, plot, and characters. By then, Bond was a box office success, and series producers Broccoli and Saltzman feared a rival McClure film beyond their control. They agreed to McClure's producer's credit of a cinematic Thunderball with them as executive producers. Later in 1964, Eon producers Broccoli and Saltzman agreed with McClure to cinematically adopt the novel that was promoted as Ian Fleming's Thunderball. Yet, alone with the official credits to screenwriters Richard Mabel and John Hopkins, the screenplay is also identified as based on an original screenplay by Jack Whittingham and has based on the screenplay by McClure
and Cubby and Harry get no producer credit at all. Yeah, they are not in the credits.
Yeah, to date,
there was a reason why it really Kevin really didn't have much of an artistic leg to stand on, is because his treatment of it sucked. But he did do a treatment, and apparently the court saw fit to say, well, they used a couple of things, from the Ian Fleming novel.
I mean, when Never Say Never Again is an improvement, on something, that something must be problematic at best.
Yeah,
we're going to discuss something at the end of this video, near the end of this video.
Oh,
I'm going
no.
to ask the question.
I feel like we're in trouble.
Yeah, no, we're not in trouble. No one's in trouble ever in this podcast.
No,
When
I don't know. Anyway, go on.
what did you do?
Okay. I've kind of fell into the hot seat now and then. Continue.
Okay. When did you guys first see this movie, Alan?
I saw this movie again during that halcyon era of the 70s when a lot of these movies made their way onto network television.
Yeah, ABC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Patrick, when did you first see this movie?
Late 70s, early 80s, whatever, when it was in its ABC rotation. ABC used to do a Bond movie about once a year.
Yeah.
And, because by then they had enough in rotation, at least the Connerys. And so it was just their turn.
Daniel, when did you first see this movie?
As far as I know today, because like I said, I may have seen this when I was younger, but I think today. But yeah, honestly, like I honestly just thought it was okay, and in my opinion, it did drag on, unfortunately. So unfortunately, it wasn't that fun to watch.
Now the next one doesn't.
Yeah,
the next one's a hell of a lot of fun.
Yes.
Written by Roald Dahl.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only live twice.
Yeah.
Historically, I'll just sort of dip into the books again. So Fleming adapted this, and it's a novel, and it's a decent novel, and it is, for me, the end of the Bond saga. It begins a 3-book terminus to Bond. They're the last 3 books that I believe are the last 3 books that Fleming wrote. He had notes for The Man with the Golden Gun, and maybe had begun part of it, but that was sort of put together from notes and so on posthumously.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because this begins what's called the Blofeld trilogy, and where Blofeld is a pivotal character in there. Thunderball, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, and You Only Live Twice. And
where Spectre becomes huge, basically.
Yeah. And You Only Live Twice, well, I don't want to spoil it, but the comparison with the book is amazing. Have any of you read the book, You Only Live Twice?
I have not read that book. No.
Oh, man. Oh, boy, it is not what anybody's expecting. Yeah, and it does end, in my opinion, it ends Bond's story.
Yeah.
In a really interesting way, but we'll get to that tomorrow or whenever.
Yeah.
I first saw this about 1996 when obviously Pierce Brosnan was still doing James Bond.
Yes.
But this was on television because a lot of the Bond movies were in syndication on television, especially Connery.
Yeah, I think who was it? CNN or TNN or one of the networks. I think it was one of the Ted Turner networks got all the Bonds, and that's when they started doing the Bond marathons on Christmas.
It was actually it was TBS.
TBS,
the Superstation.
Yeah, because Kevin Spacey makes a reference to it in American Beauty.
Oh, what's interesting is TBS plays a 24-hour marathon of Christmas Story now.
Yeah. I like the movie. I like this movie for the most part. I get it drags. I get it looks a little dark at times. Really the best part of this movie is a lot of the talk that's going on early on with the lookalike captain, the lookalike pilot. You get Spectre once again involved in the story. You guys are right. Blofeld is definitely heavy in this story a lot because he's just. It feels like I sort of wonder when what I would have loved to ask the 3 writers is when they initially wrote this, was this film supposed to be Blofeld's reveal? Because it almost feels that way. You guys get that or not?
Yeah, no, it absolutely. I mean, he's the he's the emerging puppet master and all of that sort of thing. One of the things about this movie that makes it drag is there's too much detail in it. There's too much switcheroos, and this person dies, and then this person switches sides, and this happens, and that and it's almost like a daytime television show in that respect. There's too much. It should be, sure, you want subplot, but you want a really hard thrust, if so to speak. And I'm not referring to the opening credits, but you want a hard thrust for where the story is concerned, and you want it to resolve in a very clear sort of way. And this kind of following a bunch of people running around and wondering what's happening, but it bogs it in places. But I still enjoy the movie because it has the Bond vibe, and that's as important as anything to me. So,
Alan, when you're on the plane tomorrow and the stewardess comes up to you, just be like, Gallant, Alan Gallant.
No, that never works. Hasn't worked since I was 25.
Oh shit! But yeah, I do love how we get a henchman with one eye, which is really cool. I love the shark sequence in this movie. The full sequence is really badass.
Both of these are ripped off for our favorite, or among our favorite spy spoofs later on.
Austin
Powers.
Yeah, the spies with the sharks with the lasers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a shark almost got I think Connery in this.
Oh, because they had real sharks.
Yeah, the glass was supposed to go all the way across, and somehow it didn't, and a shark kind of got around or something. Yeah. Connery practically walks on water to get out of there.
Yeah, I can well imagine. Fortunately, he was in good shape. He was a true athlete at the time, so he probably got out of there pretty fast.
Well, what's crazy is I think they're using bull sharks for this sequence, which is like the most dangerous shark in the water.
Well, they wanted something that was going to move around and look menacing. Agitated, and they probably agitated him too, figuring that they were going to be totally, they were going to be totally separated.
Not that it takes.
So let's agitate these suckers,
If I had been Connery, I would have said, "So, Kevin, you say this is safe? Yeah, okay, get in. You get in. Let me see you do it."
I bet he said that about every gag afterwards.
Oh yeah.
Let's put somebody else in there first. Sorry. I want to watch and see how it's done.
Yeah. There's a stunt in here. Borrow my toupee.
Yeah.
For those who are maybe too young to know, how big of a star was Tom Jones? I mean, he was
huge. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, he had just broken earlier the same year that he got Thunderball with It's Not Unusual.
Yeah.
He was huge.
And he was still, about 2 years away from What's New Pussycat, though.
Yeah. Well, a year anyway.
Was that 66 or 67?
I think it was 66. I could check, though. That's it.
It had to be, because Casino Royale was 67.
67, yeah. Yeah, so it was 66.
And that's,
Joel, fun movie.
It is a fun movie. That is in terms of looking at movies that also kind of were part of Bond culture.
Yeah.
Just sort of vaguely. What's New Pussycat, if you've never seen it, is a really good movie. And it's a good movie to see, to just sort of sink into that zeitgeist.
Yeah. I agree. Not to be confused with What's Up, Tiger Lily.
I've never seen What's New Pussycat. I'll check it out though.
Oh, you should. It's it's a big silly romp. It's Peter Sellers is amazing in it. He's really good.
When we get done with this, let's review it.
I think that makes a nice sort of nice interjection.
So for filming, guys, Guy Hamilton was invited to direct, but considered himself worn out and gravely drained after the production.
That was the excuse he gave anyway. After reading the script, he probably said,
probably.
No, I'm not doing this shit.
So wait, did Terrence Young directed this, right?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Terrence then did direct this. Returned to the series. Coincidentally, when Saltzman invited him to direct Dr. No, Young expressed interest in directing adaptations of Dr. No from Russia with Love and Thunderball years later. Young said Thunderball was filmed at the right time, considering that if it were the first film in the series, the low-budget Dr. No cost only $1 million, would not have yielded good results. Thunderball was the final James Bond film directed by Young, filming commenced on 16th of February 1965 with principal photography of the opening scene in Paris. Filming when moved to, I can't pronounce that. So I'm not going to try. So anyway, guys, we always talk about the beautiful scenery in these Bond movies. What did you guys think of this one?
I love the underwater sequences in particular. I just like that stuff. I thought that was, that's some of my formative memories of James Bond comes from the illustrations from this movie, even before.
The illustrations are great.
And a lot of them have the underwater sequence.
Yeah. So. And the wetsuit, the red wetsuit and all of that. Yeah. I have a problem with the underwater sequences in that A, they're too long, and B, they lose one of the key elements to the Bond formula, and that's dialogue. The sparkling repartee you can't have.
Right, which I agree. They could have been shorter, and that would have probably ameliorated that.
Yeah, or if they had some sort of rebreather that allowed them to talk or something like that.
Radio,
walkie-talkie thing. That would have changed. They could have talked in this. That would have changed everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just liked it because it's one of those. It's a childhood thing.
I can see why.
Like that because I used to watch Sea Hunt when I was a little kid.
I was, 10 years later, I was Man from Atlantis.
Yeah,
was my thing. Yeah.
Broccoli original choice for the role of Domino Derval was Julie Christie, following her performance in Billy Liar in 1963. Upon meeting her personally, he was disappointed and turned his intentions toward Raquel Welch after seeing her on the cover of October 1964 issue of Life.
Who the hell is disappointed in Julie Christie?
Someone who knows that Raquel Welch is around the corner.
Well, I understand that you could call it a toss-up, but to be disappointed in Julie Christie is
true. There's something. Yeah. Who was disappointed? Was it Cubby?
Broccoli's.
Yeah. No.
Wasn't what I think he probably liked darker women. That's Julie Christie's very, very sort of fair.
So. Welsh was hired by Richard Zanuck of 20th Century Fox to appear in the film Fantastic Voyage. Instead, Faye Dunaway was also considered for the role and came close to signing for the part. Saltzman and Broccoli auditioned an extensive list of relatively unknown European actresses and models, including former Miss Italy Maria Grazia, Brocla, Yvonne Momler, who did get
this movie is very similar to spaghetti westerns in one way. There's several overdubs.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, there is. So
which is kind of an early tradition in Bond movies. So whatever, because of international scenery, international cast, which
wasn't. Sorry if I cut you off.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Wasn't Terrence Hill's voice dubbed for westerns?
Oh God, yes.
Oh yeah. Okay. Terrence Hill wasn't his real name anyway.
Yeah, I know. But
he was totally Italian, and even if he spoke English, I bet it was with a thick.
Oh yeah,
thick accent. So.
Oh my gosh, I love Moneypenny and all these movies, and
she's wonderful. Funny. She's wonderful. And now that I've gone past middle age, she's kind of hot.
Yeah, you can like her again. It has that quality. It's interesting you mentioned Terrence Hill because this is the only movie where Terrence Bud Spencer plays Moneypenny in this.
I thought it was Larry Bud Melman.
God, the many buds and Albert Allen Estrado.
Yes, Bud Estrado. That's right.
They're bud buddies.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I really Q's okay in this. I love Q in the next movie. Q in the next movie and
Oh, yeah,
Bond.
you just introduced little Nelly.
Yeah. Yep. 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 Oh my god. Uh, Daniel, what are some of your favorite scenes, man?
I'd say the pool scene, Um um I'd say though, the shark scene's pretty cool,
Danger Dan. Yeah, that's good stuff. I like that.
So here's so who read the novel here? I did not. Okay, Patrick, I have a question for you. In the novel, like from what you remember,
Yeah.
is there more of a hint that Blowfield is maybe going to be revealed in it or no?
No,
Okay.
because they're holding that for Honor Majesty's Secret Service. Because in Secret Service, Bond doesn't quite know what he looks like,
Yeah.
which is how Blofeld is able to pull off this Count de Blauchelon, ancestry thing with the clipped earlobes and all of that. So he has to still remain somewhat cloaked.
Okay. That's interesting. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, here's my question for you guys. I was talking about later. So, guys, in your mind, what is Sean Connery's last Bond performance?
Never say never again.
Yeah, it's still a quality Sean Connery performance.
It is.
It's not,
I actually like that movie a lot.
It's not an afterthought.
He
And
looks.
I was glad to see him do it because I saw that in the movie theater. That was the only one I saw of his that was on fresh release in the movie theater.
He looks younger in that movie than he does in Diamonds Are Forever,
where he was tired and he was like getting
12
tired of
years
the
earlier.
role. Yeah.
He just looks fat and miserable.
Yeah.
I love you guys. I really do. I'm going to disagree with you here.
Okay.
For me, Connery's last Bond
Oh, The Rock.
is The Rock.
You're going to say The Rock. I've never seen it. I need to see it.
He is kind of a Bond character in it. You're right.
Well, he's playing a guy named Mason, and when they release Mason, air quotes, from prison, this is their line. We're not even sure Mason is his real name.
Right, and not only that, but he's ex Her Majesty's Navy.
Yep.
Yeah.
No. All right.
So question.
Julia, set us up.
You could make an argument for that. Absolutely.
Well, that's what I want to know. Are we including The Rock in this thing?
I can only do so in a sort of a casual way, because it isn't a literal sort of James Bond, but in terms of the spirit of it, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You're right. Are you talking about in the screenings that we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
But I'm
going to suggest a couple others.
Okay.
Because we already talked about What's New Pussycat.
Yeah.
I'm going to suggest, in the midst of all this, Casino Royale '67.
Okay.
And we've done it, but not in this context. I mean,
that's true. That's true. Minutes. Now we can do it and refer to other movies.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Never Say Never Again.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do that anyway. Yeah.
Because then we're really getting Bond culture.
Yeah. Yes. So we'll do them for the most part in order. But what we'll do is after like the first initial Connery run, we'll do Casino Royale in '67.
Yeah, and Joe, can I just make a suggestion? I'm not being bossy. I swear to God, I'm just making a suggestion. You never accuse me of that.
Chronologically?
I was just going to say do it chronologically.
Oh, okay.
So then the question is, what came out first? You Only Live Twice or Casino Royale?
Hold on.
Because they're both 67.
I think they're both the same year, yeah.
So when in that year?
What's New Pussycat would be our next movie then.
That would be our next movie. And that's what a good antidote.
And after that, we did. Yeah.
And there's What's New Pussycat reference in Casino Royale. There are two.
I'm sorry. just looking at the dates, exact dates.
Okay.
April for Casino Royale.
Okay.
Hold on.
As Joel is looking this up, I just want to say we're in 1965 right now.
Correct.
The first Bond movie came out in 1962.
Correct.
Think about this 3-4 year stretch, and what an amazing time to be going to movies and to be in the zeitgeist. Wow.
Yeah. I'm thinking. Let's see. We're talking what around the time that Exodus came out. LC.
Well, sure. I'm just talking about the Bond movies, but
yeah. I mean,
I know,
all the others, sure.
Yeah.
I know we're going to do Casino Royale next. That's fine. But
okay,
we after Casino Royale would be You Only Live Twice, and sorry, yeah, You Only Live Twice, because You Only Live Twice comes out June.
Hang on.
After.
Okay, how is this going to map out with our days towards getting Secret Service honor by the 25th?
We should still be able to do it.
Okay. Okay, great.
Because we're doing Casino Royale tomorrow, I think.
Okay.
So we'll do What's New Pussycat out of chronology.
We can do that out of sequence.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Well, hold on, guys. Sorry, give me one sec. My bad.
A hell of a Christmas vacation. I gotta say, I'm really enjoying this.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. Okay, so you guys are, let's see. You know what? We can do it. You're right. Let's see. Casino Royale 67. So you know what? Let's do What's New Pussycat tomorrow.
Okay.
Because it's 65.
Oh, is that on Pluto?
I'll find it for you. And then I'll send it.
I'm sure it's on archive. It's got to be.
It's on somewhere, yeah. So we'll still be, because if we do, it's only the 21st. Tomorrow's the 22nd. So that's What's New Pussycat. 23rd is you won't sorry, Casino Royale. 24th is You Only Live Twice. And 25th would be
perfect.
Would be right on Christmas, would be on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
That's great.
We're good, guys. We're good.
That's great.
So all right.
What a fun, Jewel, I'm telling you have put together a really fun menu of movies.
Yep. Cool.
This has been fun. It's really cool to go and watch these and all over again. And I've never seen What's New Pussycat. So
it's fun. It's just pure fun.
Yeah.
So yeah. Is there anything you guys want to add about the movie before we go? This movie, Thunderball.
Even though it is certainly not up to Goldfinger, I still would give it a 7, maybe 7.5, because of the Bond vibe. Just me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You guys will probably disagree with this, which is fine because it's my opinion, but I'll give it a 5.
I was going to give it a 5 also.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't.
And the 5 is for the Bond vibe.
Yeah,
I get 5 points for the Bond vibe.
I get it.
I'll give this a 7. I really enjoy it. I enjoy this one a little more than you guys do. That's fine. It's really, the scenery is beautiful. I do think there's a lot going on in Thunderball. Maybe a little too much at times.
That's one of my gripes about it. Is there's too much subplots and hanging around and all these weird alliances and stuff like that. You could have done with a couple less of those, I think.
And I guess my biggest complaint too, this is why I keep mentioning Blowfield for this. This more feels like it's going to be a big boss fight feel at times, and they don't really necessarily do that. They do a henchman. So number 2, sorry. But this has been a lot of fun, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow for What's New Pussycat. You guys have a safe trip, dude. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Yep.
Right.
Hi,
Take care.
Patrick.
Bye. Hello. Take care.
Hi.
Daniel's there too.
Hi, Daniel.
Uh,
He's like, hi. Sorry.
What am
Daniel,
I,
haven't
chopped
seen you
liver?
act, everybody.
You guys have a good night.
Hi, chopped liver.
Soft liver.